So I think it's a bit of this. You got the down,
Okay.
and then the fucking right, and then you do the left, and then the right, and then you give it a bit of sass, give it a bit of sass,
What is
and then
that?
you shake a bit of ass, and then that's a boy band done.
Welcome to the 28th episode of the Cassette In's Creation. I'm your host, Chris Deering. This is the show where I interview mathcore bands and public figures. If you beautiful people in chat have any questions or comments, feel free to drop them in. I'll try to read them aloud. If you'd like to, you can subscribe, get some exclusive emotes. Typing them in right now. And you also get access to the interviews before they upload to Twitch or upload to YouTube and all the streaming websites. You can also subscribe for free by linking your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. If you people are watching this on YouTube or listening to this in your car, I have no idea what I'm talking about. The show is first shown live on Twitch. Join us every Sunday and Wednesday at twitch.tv/the Cassette In's Creation for the live cast. With that out of the way, let me introduce our guest tonight, who dropped an absolute banger of a debut album back in June called The Album. Welcome in, Zilf. How's it going, guys?
Hello.
Hello.
So tell us who you are, what you do in the band.
I'm Joe, and I do a lot of the writing and play guitars and program the drums and stuff. And yeah, I do a bit of singing, do a bit of screaming and shouting.
I'm Brett. I do nearly all the screaming, some of the guitar playing, and lots of the mixing. And that's pretty much it.
And the artwork.
And the artwork,
And the
that's
banging artwork.
Oh, you did the artwork, dude. That's awesome. I thought y'all might have paid somebody else to do that. That's really cool, man. You're good at that shit, dude. Holy crap.
I spent way too long on it. Too long.
And y'all have somebody else now in the band too, right?
Yes. So recently, almost a year ago now, I think, or maybe just over a year, Pete, our bassist, who joined the band. But unfortunately, since he joined, like the world has been on its arse, really.
Right.
So we haven't had much time to. We were practicing for a little while, and then COVID happened. So he's still there. We're still 3 members strong now.
But it would be an unlawful gathering if Pete came over.
Yeah.
So that's on hold for the moment.
Is it really like 3 people is like unlawful gatherings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So-
Yeah, I live in Texas, so like we haven't really been restricted at all because it's Texas. So it's like I don't know,
Don't
man.
touch Texas.
We'll see what happens in like a couple of weeks. We'll see if we end up getting locked down again. So the Urban Dictionary says Zilf is a zombie I'd like to fuck. Is that where your name comes from?
Yep.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of figured as I was looking, I was like, yeah, this is probably what's going on. Where'd you guys? Like, how'd you guys land on that name? You just saw that and was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is definitely it.
So it was a joke, like years and years ago, like just a silly thing. And then when I started writing music, when it was just like a solo thing, just me, I needed a name, and I just wanted something like just short and silly and just quick. So I went with that, and then it kind of stuck. And then it transformed from Zombie I'd Like to Fuck to just Zilf, and Zilf just became like just a short, memorable word that didn't really sound much like anything else.
It does kind of sound like the name of an alien or something, which is kind of what I thought it was at first.
Yeah,
It makes me think of Ziltoid, like Devin Townsend.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. It's got its own kind of thing on it that doesn't really, that can be Zombie I'd Like to Fuck, or it can be...
If you don't like that, it could be Zucchini I'd Like to Find.
Yeah, Zeus is Long Forgotten. That's another one that we've told a younger audience that it means.
What was it? Zeus is what?
So whenever I have to explain what it means to like kids or anything, I'll explain it. I'll tell him it means Zeus is long forgotten.
Okay.
Just like
I like the
PG.
zucchini one better. I'm always losing my zucchini, man.
Yeah, I quite like that
Same,
as well.
all the
So Facebook says that your page was started in 2013. Congrats for 7 years, guys. Holy crap.
Oh, shit.
You want to give us a brief history of the band?
Yeah, I guess I'll start with that. So the first, I guess, when was it we met? Like 2015, 14? We always forget.
Very late 2014, like in the depths of winter.
Yeah, there was so I started the band as like a solo thing, and then like a few years after just not really being that serious with it, just writing a few songs, uploading some, riffs and bits and bobs on YouTube. Basically, I got a message from Brett, and he'd put some of his vocals over a track that I'd uploaded to fucking SoundCloud at the time, and it kind of like snowballed from there. Really, like I was really impressed with what he sent me, and just really, like just happy that someone had actually sent something over.
I was like, oh, please let me join the band. Oh, please.
Yeah, and then like we met up and had a few drinks, and like we're talking just about music and stuff, and we just got on so well, like straight away. And that was kind of it. Like before we knew it, we were planning an EP, and then just kind of that's the rest is history, I guess. We've just kind of been writing music together and just collaborating ever since.
So all the music that's been out has been both of you guys. It was never like just Joe doing stuff, or
I think Joe wrote like a Gent Jams album. It was just like a bunch of gent riffs.
EP, yeah.
But I still mastered it at the end.
Yeah. So
we tend to touch somewhere along the line.
Yeah,
Okay.
when it comes to writing is like I think writing is like my strength when it comes to music, like as a whole. That's like my favorite thing to do, and that's what I enjoy the most. So, I do a lot of the writing, and then Brett is just like takes a lot of the music, a lot of those like compositions, and just mixes them and makes them sound amazing. Because mixing is not my specialty at all. But then there's a lot of songs on the album where, well, there's like 4 or 5 songs in the album where it's literally 50-50, and they are, like we both agree that they're like the best songs. So whenever we can, we write music together and just make it like the best of both worlds, and just get as much as we can in there.
what's a couple of songs that both of y'all are like 50-50 on?
Sangfreud,
Yeah,
Endless.
yeah, and
Endless
House
is
of
a banger,
Size.
man.
House of Size as well. That song's all over the shop. House of
Hand
Size.
Size is my favorite one.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
way it comes in.
yeah, and then what's another one? There's another one, but yeah, and I think that those songs are our favorites, just because there's like so much more like time and effort went into them, and so many we have so many more memories of those songs as well, because it's just a complete clash of minds.
Because we play guitar quite differently.
Yeah, we do. We're very different people, which is hilarious all the time.
Yeah. Works.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely.
Hell yeah, guys. So you call this pop sludge. Why? It's incorporating so many different genres, but you went with pop sludge.
That's so fucking funny.
Do you wonder why we can't market ourselves? Who's looking up pop sludge as a genre?
Yeah, zombie like to fuck making pop sludge.
I won't rest until pop sludge is like a proper genre on Spotify, like next to classical.
I think we're gonna have to now. So what I find so amusing about that is that we went through this phase of like just making up genres like every other day, and we were just making them up, and we were just saying like bus punk disco core and just stupid shit every day, and no one was like really like reacting to it. And then the pop sludge, was it pop sludge anthems from a
UFO that crash landed in there.
Yeah.
For some reason that has stuck, and so many people now have said like, oh yeah, what the fuck is pop sludge? And
Pop sludge from a UFO.
yeah, I guess that's the one that people can relate to in terms of music. So that's it now.
So you got some obvious influences, like Tarantula Hawk to me is clearly inspired from the Dillinger Escape Plans on Retrified. What are some of your influences?
Yeah, I mean Dillinger are a big one for both of us. Like the way they can be so crazy and so heavy and so original and just so smart with their songwriting. I think that's influential to so many people, and they've only got bigger and bigger over the years. And even though like they've been broken up for what, 2 years now? Is it 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
2 years?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a long ass time.
It still feels like they're getting bigger. It still feels like more and more people, are becoming fans of them. More and more people are learning about Dillinger and what they've done. So yeah, they've been a massive influential band. Sixth as well. Meshuggah, who are like you drop the name Meshuggah and you just get a big old string of bands that that they've been influenced as well, which have also influenced us. So Meshuggah are a huge one.
I say an influence for me is Fell Silent as well.
Yeah,
because that
yeah,
album
again.
was just so. It's kind of old now, but
Yeah.
it was just. It opened my mind to the so-called gent sound.
That's another one that's just like because of Meshuggah that just created so many.
Between the Buried and Me, such a massive influence for me.
Yeah.
What
Big
about
fan.
like in terms of like your choruses and stuff? Because these other bands you're listing don't have too many songs with like choruses, but that I feel like that's like y'all's calling card is being able to get that hook. So like I assume some like poppier stuff is probably part of your influences.
I love anything that's catchy, and so does Brett. Like, and we listen to a lot of different music, but we always love stuff that's catchy that you end up listening to it once and then walking away, you're humming it. You take that song with you, like to the kitchen or to the to the shop or whatever. And that's so like that's such a huge thing. That's such a huge thing to have a song do that to someone. And
I'm really big into jazz as well. Not like sort of traditional jazz, but more like big bombastic British jazz. It's sort of like
big band type of stuff.
I do like the big band stuff, but it's more like
yeah.
contemporary jazz. It's like how do I describe it? It's people like Yusuf Diaz, and then I think there's I think they're Belgian or Netherlands, but there's a band called Moon Hooch. But they make jazz really catchy and like incorporate all these crazy ideas that you wouldn't expect from jazz, from such a what is traditionally quite a noodling sort of kind of noodling long genre, and they've sort of taken the elements of jazz and compacted it into really catchy riffs and hooks that sort of pique my ears. And I suppose that's kind of what we want, what we aspire to do in Zilf, is to take bands that we love, like Sixth, and Meshuggah, System, Limp Bizkit, whatever, like all the stupid bands, all the great bands, and just take the catchiest elements of them and put them into mathcore, I suppose is the.
So another thing I was going to mention about like influential bands and stuff. For me, like massively, it's nu metal. I love.
I was going to say there's definitely a big nu metal influence.
All that stuff is one of my favorite like times in metal and in music, really, because all these bands. And like I say it time and time again, because I really do think it's true. Like all these bands, the thing they have in common is that like because they all sound so different, but they all fit the same bill. They can all be on the same show because they're all doing things so differently that they fit into the same box, and that's just from doing their own thing. And that's kind of what.
It's kind of like what's happening with mathcore.
Yeah. It really is absolutely snowballing now. Mathcore is becoming such a huge, like, amazing genre, just filled with so many bands.
I think the best success for me for mathcore is the band Daughters, because they've been writing music for ages, but recently they have just exploded. Like I've got friends who hate metal and rock, and they're listening to Daughters, and I'm like, what?
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Like, this band is heavy. Like it's to all intents,
especially the last album. Like I wouldn't think anybody new would be latching on to that. Like anybody didn't like metal.
It's getting big, at least in the UK. Like lots of people are well into it, and then they're not your typical sort of metalheads or mathcore nerds or whatever. So long may mathcore reign.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Who would have thought that mathcore would have ended up being like one of the biggest like metal genres now, which is what it's becoming.
Yeah. Hope, cool. Dude, in a couple of years, like this is going to be on the same level as like deathcore and stuff. Like how big that genre is. So you mentioned the nu metal influence, and I gotta say, like, I think that's where a lot of like your hooks and stuff like kind of remind me of like hooks from like Linkin Park and stuff like that. I remember I listened to your album back when it came out, and then a bunch of other albums came out, and I kind of forgot about it. And a while back, I was asking people who they wanted me to interview, and someone brought you guys up, and I was like, okay, let's check them out again. And the whole time since I listened to your thing, I'd had the chorus for which one was it? I think it's Endless. Yeah, Endless stuck in my head, and I was like, who is this band? Like, I can't figure it out, man. And after like an hour of searching online, I'm just like, whatever. It's probably some Linkin Park song I don't remember or something like that. And then somebody told me to interview you guys. I checked out the album, and then the chorus came on. I'm like, oh my god, it's that! Holy crap! And
there it is. That was it. You found it.
Right? And especially Tarantula Hawk too. I was just like, that's the fucking thing I've been looking for. So, yeah, you guys are definitely my number 4, at least for last year. I kind of think I should have bumped you guys up a little bit more. What's the writing process behind this?
Be number 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's the writing process behind this? How do you like make everything work to maximize a chorus?
I would say just long. We just spend a lot of time on it, and we're not afraid to change things.
We're not afraid to completely delete it and just do it again.
Yeah,
we did that several times, especially in Endless.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How long did y'all say? How long would you say you've been writing the album?
I think it was. I think writing it was almost like 2 to 3 years. I think, and then, well, I guess it's like. I guess it's more like 3 and a bit years, because the whole time we was like writing and recording it, we're constantly adding new bits. We're constantly changing things. So I guess it's a long process. It's a long process because we do just are always upgrading. We're always, like moving things, like right at the last minute as well. We'll add something. I think there was it must have been like, I don't know, like a month before we released it, we were recording the last bit and like changing a bit that had been recorded like for months, and we're like, no, it needs to be like this. It will sound better if we do it like this. And then we do it, but yeah, it sounds, that's what it was missing. So I guess we kind of dip in and out of each song just whenever we're kind of feeling it, and whenever we feel like we're done with it, we'll leave it and then be focusing on another song.
Is this the same way you guys wrote the EP before this, or is this like, have y'all changed up your writing process at all since then?
I think the EP was in like a short burst, wasn't it? Because the EP was a lot shorter, and we kind of did it.
I think we did the EP in like 18 days.
Yeah.
Damn.
We already had like some riffs that were recorded and written and stuff. But like the 18 days was us just putting them all together, like writing lyrics and vocals, and then just like doing it like that. So
we recorded it on the very first pod that ever came out, right?
Yeah, the pod.
Shit.
The Line 6 pod farm thing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That time as well. That short period where we wrote it. It may sound like a really short time, but like we both took time. We both booked holiday off work, and we did it in my flat, and we were literally just there. Like Brett was on the couch every night, and we were just every day, just like 9 to 5, like just like recording bits and just chopping and changing bits. So it was like, in one little chunk, we just got it all done.
God, man, that must have been grueling.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
It was fun. We just drank red wine every night and played music really loudly.
Yeah, it was like we were already.
What's better than that?
It was like we were already famous in a studio, and doing it that way.
We were going to have like a really big system style like bust up between everyone, but just between us, just for fun, just to get like the vibe going.
Yeah, we haven't had that yet. We should probably do that.
We should probably get on. Maybe on this stream, we should just like have a big fight and break up.
Oh, we'll see how it goes.
Please don't. You guys should stay together forever. So, who mainly writes the lyrics, or do you guys kind of share that?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'd say I'm stronger on the lyric front.
Definitely.
Because I have a background of, I studied philosophy at university, and I worked in publishing for a little bit. So writing just comes quite easily to me. Whereas Joe has these amazing ideas, amazing hooks, but he gets frustrated when he writes choruses. But when he does get the chorus out, it reads brilliantly.
Brett's very good at when with lyrics. Brett's very good at getting me to that fucking like 100% that I'm like trying to achieve. Because as I said, I'll have all these ideas, but I just like I don't always have like the vocabulary or the like the mental discipline to be able to get my thoughts out on paper into an actual sentence that makes sense. So yeah, it's pretty good to have that as a backup, like to really help me achieve my vision sometimes.
And also, what's quite fun about the album is, depending on the theme of the song in question, one of us will have written more or less, because each song is fairly personal.
Yeah.
So with the exception of Endless, which is pretty much a 50-50 song, because we both really agreed with the premise of the song, which was that being a creative person consumes you until you're dead, basically. You just can't help it. You just keep going and going and going.
There's no end.
There's no mountain big enough to climb as a creative person.
Yeah, you're always trying to improve yourself or your craft.
Yeah, you're never really done. You're never really done. You're always trying to, like whenever you think you've written your best song, or you've written, you've done the best thing you could do, you can still do better. And it's almost like a curse, and it's almost like
it's a Sisyphean task, because you're rolling the boulder up the hill and it rolls down again, and you're like, I've got to get that boulder. But why? You just have to. There's no reason.
Yep.
So you guys don't have lyrics for your album, but you got them all for the singles. Why haven't you published everything for the album yet?
Oh, we have the lyrics.
Yeah, I didn't see them on Bandcamp. You have them for each single though.
So if you download the album on our Bandcamp, which is free, by the way, the album is free. So what are you doing? Go over there and get it now. In the download package, there is lyric sheets for every single song.
Oh, okay.
And those lyric sheets are color coded as well, because me and Brett do a lot of back and forth.
Oh, that's sick, man. I wish I had known about that.
Now you know.
We should keep posting about that, really.
Yeah, we probably should.
Those are free stuff.
That's probably my fault.
Those are free stuff in a free album. So
yeah,
right. And I appreciate you guys putting up there for Name Your Own Price. I feel like every band should be doing that. Like people just go out to Spotify and check it out or whatever. But this gives people more incentive to like put it down on their phone and then listen to it in their car or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't ever see myself not putting something up without Name Your Price, because for free, because of the streaming services, really. And it's just, we don't care about making money, we just want people to listen.
Yeah, it's we enjoy making music so much that it's never like it was never about like making money or trying to I mean, we're still very much at the start of like our our journey, but like it's music is so important to us, and to make it free like is, I don't know, it's kind of more satisfying, because we just want it to be heard, really. Like we just want it to be heard. We don't want to make any money from it, or don't want, we've got like a nice place to live, we've got clothes, and we got food and shit. Like we literally just want to.
Most days.
Yeah, most days. So that's why we've pretty much made all of our stuff free. I don't think we have ever charged for anything. Like in the future, when we do, it'll be for like merch and for like physical copies or whatever we end up doing.
Right. It is another way that people could like share your music and stuff. Like it's just another way for like you to show another friend or something like that. You know what I mean? Like if you're like, yeah, you don't have to like share links and stuff. You can just go up to somebody and be like, oh, hey, check this song out, just another outlet for that. Wheeler Dealer asked me to ask you about the bottle openers. He calls them Zottle openers. I know y'all had any merch.
He does that every night.
Yeah, I had to say it. Wheeler Dealer's the man. He's absolute man. Sorry, what did you say about the bottle openers? I'm completely distracted. I say that every time he jumps on the stream.
Oh yeah, you stream on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like playing
Yeah.
games and stuff like that.
What, sorry?
You're playing games on like
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
twitch.tv/Zilf the band.
It absolutely is. Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Wheeler Dealer has been the absolute man right from the start of my like right from the start of me streaming. He was one of the first people that followed and has been there pretty much every night, just like popping in and just like supporting the channel and just joining in with the chats and stuff. So
That's sick, man.
yeah, I got into the habit of shouting his name at the top of my voice every time he made an entrance into the stream. I don't even know how it started, but that's just a thing now. Anyway, so what did you want to know about
The
the
bottle
openers?
openers.
Yeah, we've got I've got one here. This is the last one. I made these ages ago. My last place. This one's
the build quality.
Yeah, this one's like
the build
absolutely.
quality on
This one's
that.
absolutely trashed. Like the ones that I sent out, all looks much better than this. So
Is that like
all the people-
engraved?
Sorry?
Is that like engraved?
No, it's an actual hole. through the
Okay.
thing.
Dude,
This is probably
that's
the
sick.
worst one to show you because it literally is like it's still got like all the burr and stuff on it, and it's just like scratched to shit. But basically, I made a bunch of them like 3 years ago, and never did anything with them. And then all the people when we released the album, and a bunch of you crazy people that were like paying like £10 for it, and like one crazy person, which I never managed to track down. I'm still in the process of doing that. Who donated like £50 for the album, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Damn.
All these people, all these people that paid like like a hefty wedge for it, which they absolutely did not need to. I made a list of all their names and all their email addresses and stuff, and I sent out like a bulk email, basically asking if I could send them something to say thank you. And that was in the form of these Zottle openers, which is what I was calling them. And yeah, everyone was really happy. Everyone was like happy to send me their address, and I just sent them all out on like a little envelope. And everyone was really pleased. So everyone can have a drink on us now, which is pretty cool.
I saw your face masks that you made on your Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go and get it. I'll show you.
Get that on. He's been doing a lot of heavy breathing around here, and I want to feel a bit safer.
They are quite expensive. They are £20 a pop, but they're fucking good. They're top quality. So I'll demonstrate it here now. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Look, there's like a
Yeah, how it breaks up.
Yeah, don't look at that bit. Don't look at that bit. Just ignore that.
Holly's asking, Joe, are you a machinist? I can't remember.
So I was until recently. I was like a metal fabricator for years, and I made the bottle openers on a plasma cutter. So
So you actually made like the metal part too. Like
Yeah,
you
so,
didn't just carve into it. Okay.
yeah, so it was like a drawing, and then that I programmed, and then got a plasma cutter to cut a bunch of them out, and then I just like cleaned them all off with like an angle grinder and stuff. But yeah, I've been like a welder fabricator for about like 4 years, doing
Dang.
bits and bobs, like working with other machines and stuff as well. And then I lost my job at the start of at the start of the summer. I lost my job, and then that's when I decided to just like not go back to it and just try and make money from music or streaming or
pandemic.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. But yeah. So I was doing, I guess, machinist. I was doing all that sort of stuff for a couple of years.
Well, it kind of sucks you lost your job, man. But it seems like it hasn't really phased you guys. Like y'all seem to be happy guys.
Yeah, we're in good spirits. At the time, I was fucking gutted. I was so upset. It was like the best job.
Furious.
It was like the best job I've ever had. Yeah, the best job I've ever had. Like I was doing really well there as well, and like I was getting paid well. Like I made a load of friends there, and then the whole company, just like the whole building that we was working in, just completely just got shut down. They decided to just build everything somewhere else.
Damn, dude, that sucks.
Lots of jobs. But yeah, I mean, as a result of that, now I'm so much happier. I'm playing guitar every day. I'm like streaming on Twitch and making friends on there, making music for Brett's Game Perish as well, which is really fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's great. So
you're designing a game, Brett. That's fucking sick.
yeah, go on, tell him.
Yeah,
Tell
yeah,
him
yeah.
about it.
So I'm making a. I run a little real time studio with my brother and a bunch of other loose developers around us, and we make real time content for our Unreal Engine, and something we've been doing for the last year and a half fully is we've been making an FPS game. So an indie FPS, which is basically a 4-player horde slaying sort of demon slaying shooter set in the depths of Greek underworld mythology. So you can throw the lightning spears of Zeus at demons, and basically the idea of the game is to get from the bottom of purgatory to the top where you get to Elysium, and that's where you can finally enter the true afterlife, where you can find peace.
Dude, that's
So your
awesome,
character
man.
is basically trying to find peace,
That's
and you
awesome.
got to slay a lot of monsters to get there. So
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
When do you think it's going to be coming out?
it should be coming out 2 weeks before Halloween this year.
Oh, for real? Awesome, man.
Yeah,
Like on the in the Steam store or
it's on Steam already. You can wishlist it. If you just look for Perish, it should just turn up, and it'll also be on Epic Games Store for those who don't hate Epic Games, and for those who love Epic Games, Epic Games.
I fucking love Epic Games. I'm all about Epic Games.
when's the Zilf game coming out?
I love a Zilf game.
I would love a Zilf game. A Zilf game would be amazing. I reckon that'd be quite fitting for our style as well.
You know those pink arcade shooters you get with House of the Dead and stuff?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
what Zilf is.
Yeah,
Just like a green and purple gun, just like
yeah.
It's like killing aliens and stuff.
yeah.
That sounds
And
awesome.
the most Zilf video game out there is Destroy All Humans.
Yeah, that's pretty Zilf, especially with the album artwork as well.
So
Yeah,
back onto your lyrics for a minute. I particularly enjoyed Red Snow. What's the concept about? Just for people that don't know.
It's a very serious song. It's about communism, uprising. Karl Marx. Direct quotes from Karl Marx in it.
Yeah.
Um,
And Christmas.
and Christmas.
It's about Christmas as well.
Christmas is the last part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's basically like an elf uprising, right?
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah. An elf uprising because they're not getting paid enough. Father Christmas isn't paying them enough, so they basically take matters into their own hands and they eliminate him.
The elfin green proletariat rises up against the bourgeoisie, the Christmas bourgeoisie.
Yeah, yeah, that.
That's
It's
awesome.
become a bit of a Christmas tradition to release a Christmas single. We both love Christmas, and I think it's like the 3rd year in a row now that we've written a Christmas song, like last minute leading up to Christmas, and every time we have an absolute blast doing it. It was so much fun. So
Made an awesome video with it too.
Yeah, that was all Joe.
yeah,
Yeah. For those
lots
of
of
you who don't know, they have a YouTube channel. It's Zilf the band, I assume, right?
I think our YouTube channel is just Zilf.
Okay, this
I
one's
think
just
we managed
Zilf.
to get that one. It's just Zilf. It's everything else that's taken.
So
Everything else is Zilf.
tell us about doing that music video.
Shit, how did it even start? It was like
You just bought a green screen.
I bought a green screen and just
And
went nuts
for
with
some
it.
reason, he's got
basically.
like 10 Santa hats lying around.
Yeah, yeah.
And we were like, there's a music video in there somewhere.
That's
Green
what-
screen.
that's
And
That was my part-time job that I didn't tell you about. Pretending I was Santa, handing out presents. Yeah, basically, like that video, I'm really happy with that. Like, I think we both were. Like, we were so happy with how it came out. It was started off as like a silly idea, and like the more ideas I had, and just like when I was editing it, it really did just like snowball. Pardon the pun, and. Before we knew it, I had all the.
This is so bad.
Before we knew it,
was that necessary?
I just had to make sure someone appreciated it. Yeah. Before we knew it, it was just like this string of ideas just going crazy, and I was just like, it was just fueling the fire. The more ideas I had, and then everything just worked out really well. Like, it was my first time I'd ever used a green screen. So I was like a bit nervous. I did like a few test shoots the day before, and I spent hours like looking for stock images and stuff. And yeah, before I knew it, it was like a full video, and like everything had just gone to plan, and everything just worked, and it was just great. And then it was just Christmas, and it was fucking good.
The best bit was me coming up the stairs to go to bed because it was late, and Joe would be there like trying to learn all these boy band moves. He's like,
I was gonna say, man, show us a little dance.
I spent 2 nights rehearsing a fucking boy band dance, like, because I didn't know. I wanted to make it look really funny. I had this idea in my head. I was like, it would look so fucking funny if I was like proper, just like doing this like over the top boy band dance and being really dramatic. And I was like, I'm not in a fucking boy band. I don't know how to dance. I've never learned to do a dance routine. So it's like, shit, I'm gonna have to teach myself. So I was watching YouTube tutorials of a fucking guy like teaching boy band dances and doing all the fucking and all that shit. And I just, yeah,
that was it.
Pretty much that.
Do you remember it?
Just about, I think.
How does it go? Show me, teach me.
So I think it was a bit of this. You got the down,
Okay.
and then the fucking right, and then you do the left, and then the right, and then you give it a bit of sass. And then you shake a bit of ass, and then that's a boy band dance.
Dude, that's
There's another
awesome.
one. It was like that.
That's a boy band
I don't know
dance,
how to do it,
baby.
but you were like,
Amazing. Oh yeah, I think that was literally that. So that's basically you exposed me now, Brett.
sorry.
That's basically like the first bit, but just twice. So I just did that and that.
It's too complicated
But,
for me.
yeah, but
It's like level 2 on Simon Says. I can't do it.
When you do it together, it looks all flashy and good.
I love
helps
the
have-
little stage that you made. I don't know how you put all that stuff together, but the little stage where you go like that at the cauldrons. It's so good. It's so good.
I went onto some music website and was looking for a stage. I think it was like Gear for Music, and it was like their stage. I literally just cropped it and then cut it and stuck it in.
So it was like a stage you could buy.
Yeah, it was like an actual stage that you
It
could
is
buy,
like
but
the
like
picture for it.
it's meant for like pubs and like clubs and stuff. And yeah, I just managed to find so many bits online and just like just a mash of different things. And yeah, as I said, it just came out so well, like just way better than I was expecting.
Oh yeah, man, it's so good. It's so good.
Christmas video every year.
It's gonna be so hard to top next year's now, though. Like it's gonna be so hard to
Yeah.
top the next one. That's like one of the best videos I've ever made.
Holly
have to
says
file
that Red Snow made her whole holiday season.
Oh, that makes me so happy. Good. I'm glad.
It was a good song to practice some different recording techniques as well, because I've only recently got like a really nice microphone for a Sennheiser E906 for recording amplifiers, and it's not something I'm used to. So it was a good experiment for recording with a
Yeah. So
with a microphone.
there's been a huge jump in Zilf technology since the recording and the release of the album, and like like the gear we have now. Like Red Snow was like one of the first songs that is it the first song we recorded like with real amps and all our like new gear and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was like that was quite an interesting creative process for us, because that was the first time doing that. And
I splashed out on a Mazer Boogie, didn't I? So
Yeah.
I was like, we've got to get this in
Ooh,
one song.
getting
that's
professional.
the way.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and get our recordings sounding like even better and better. So that makes me so excited for whatever we release next, really, because it's just going to, in my opinion, it's going to sound like so much better, and so much like it's going to have such a higher standard compared to what we were dealing with when we recorded the album. And fucking the EP, as I said, we recorded the EP with a fucking, I think you can tell with the EP that like we recorded it with it was on my iMac, and as I said, yeah, the pod, the old pod, is it like a Pod XT or like a Pod Pro or Pod fucking something?
It looked like a fucking kidney bean. It was the
it's a
shittest.
giant kidney
It does.
bean.
God, it was so annoying to record.
I used one of those back in the day too.
Yeah, the pixels on the screen were dying.
I was like, we're going to record on this?
yeah, we made it work.
Well, yeah, it sounds actually pretty good for what you use.
And we
Like
made it
honestly,
sexy. It's good. It's good. We figured it out. You got like, I guess you kind of got to just work with what you've got. Like I have so much respect for a lot of people like getting into music and not being turned away by like how shit your recordings sound at the start, because like it really is, there's no like magic button or there's no secret sauce or recipe.
Doesn't stop the
Like
groove.
it doesn't stop the groove. It's true.
I have total experience with that. If you listen to like my old stuff, it sounds like complete garbage. And I'm getting a little bit better. I'm not at y'all's level yet. Y'all sounds amazing.
Yeah,
Huh?
but
Awesome.
in a way though, man, that's amazing, because if you can look back at your old recordings and say, yeah, they're shit, like we do to our recordings, and like a lot of people do to it, it just goes to show that what you're doing now is way better than than when you started. So just shows that you've like improved.
Right, it's a gradual increase in quality.
Yeah.
But I would
Yeah.
say y'all's is like amazing. Like y'all's is on point. How did y'all? What's the recording process like?
It's quite protracted actually, because we went through some sort of I would say like life changes.
Yeah, there was a lot
where
of like setbacks and a lot of fucking moving house and moving around, and
But some good ones too. I changed, and you changed job. We sort of changed job at the same time to like much better ones, and that gave us the avenue for buying better equipment and
Yeah.
like new things to play with to make the album sound better. And I think that's why it sounds, because there were two versions of the album, really, weren't there?
yeah.
We recorded it once, sort of all the way through, and we were like, but we love all these songs. They need to be way cooler sounding. So we waited another kind of year and a half, and we finally had all the gear to sort of make it happen.
Yeah, we had much better equipment.
Damn. So y'all were sitting on these songs for a year and a half.
Yeah. Like we were sitting on it for a long time. Like the actual guitars that you're hearing, like 90% of the guitars that you're hearing on the album are from fucking like I guess it would be like maybe 2 years ago, year and a half. Did you say year and a half?
I say between 2 and 3 years ago. It's
Yeah.
quite a long time you recorded those
Yeah.
riffs.
And that's another reason why we're so. But like it's a whole album, so we couldn't re-record like the entirety of the whole album. So we kept onto it and did the best we could with it. And yeah, again, that's just another reason why we're so excited for the future, because we've like completely evolved from that. And whenever we record our next like batch of songs or whatever,
Which we have already, because Joe's writing the music for my
Yeah.
game. So there's going to be a soundtrack for Perish.
Oh,
And it's gonna
nice.
be heavy
yeah.
mathcore kind of. What bands would you use to describe it?
I've been really like influenced by Sepultura and like that kind of like tribal. Those like I've been playing around with a lot of like big heavy drums and stuff, and kind of making it giving it that really action-packed, suspenseful kind of getting you riled up for war and destruction and stuff.
It sounds a bit like Will Haven to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what to compare it to. Yeah, I guess Will Haven. That's a good name drop.
Will Haven mixed with Roots.
Yeah. Yes, that. I think that's going to be the next thing that we'll release under like the Zilf name will be the Perish soundtrack, because it's going to be like just us basically, just like writing the music for it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
That sounds really good.
So
Joe's done
y'all
a great
have
job.
real drums on the album then, or are they programmed?
no, they're programmed.
Oh,
They're
really?
programmed.
They sound really good.
Yeah.
And I thought that you were a drummer as well, Joe. So I kind of figured they would be real drums.
Yeah, so I was a drummer before. I was a drummer before I picked up a guitar, because I was like fascinated with songwriting, and it's only you can't really write a song on just drums.
Right.
So that's like that's why I have like a background of playing drums. But like drum kits are loud, expensive, and noisy. But I never really kind of lost my ability to write drums.
And you were in
So-
another
Okay.
band, a hardcore band, and you were
Yeah.
a good drummer in that.
What was
Yeah.
it? What was that
Yeah.
band?
Very recently.
So there's a band called Them Broads.
Them Broads.
Them Broads, yeah, fucking some of the most funnest times I've ever had was in that band. In
Are
my
there
life.
recordings?
Yeah. So there's two EPs on Spotify and on everything really called
I need to write this down.
Call of the Wild and what's the other one? I think it's Black Hounds was the other one, I think. But yeah, check out them broads. It's like just like it's very like dark, loud, heavy, hardcore. I think like Every Time I Die mixed with like a bit of Converge and like everything else.
Okay, that's sick, man.
But yeah, so that was that's kind of like how my like history and like my knowledge from like writing drums and playing drums and stuff came about. But then we programmed the drums, and then Brett's done an amazing job making the programmed drums sound real and sounding huge and massive. So again, that's another like 50-50 of us just making the drums sound as tight as we possibly can as well.
Y'all do all the mixing and mastering as well, right?
Yeah.
That's all him.
How was that experience?
It was fun. It was hard work because
The Ibanez.
especially Joe had this Ibanez for years, and it felt amazing to play, didn't it? It's such a fun guitar to play. It felt so like heavy and chuggy, but the pickups are just so bad.
Yeah.
No matter what you did to them, no matter how you cleaned it up or even rewired it, whatever.
What kind of pickups?
Sounded terrible.
They were
Just stock, weren't they?
No. They were DiMaggio. It's just
Were they?
Yeah, it's just the fact they were old. They were old and like they were rusted and just shit. And this is like from a time where we didn't have a lot of equipment. We didn't have a lot of like we weren't so serious about Zilf at the time. So we weren't like where we are now, where we wanted it's like consumed us, and we've just like. We want to have all the best gear that we possibly can.
I even I bought the body of a guitar from John Brown from
yeah, you did.
from the band Monuments.
Wow!
And then I took it to a luthier and said, just do the coolest stuff you can to it. So now I've got this absolutely slamming one of a kind guitar, and I never thought I'd have that.
Dude, that's sick.
When we started, we just had the worst guitars, the worst 7-strings.
Brett didn't even have a 7-string when he joined the band. He actually went out and bought a 7-string just to like, just as like
I got one second hand out of someone's car boot at like 3 a.m. It was really weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he was selling it on was it Reverb back then? Like the earliest version of Reverb.
I think Reverb is still a thing, but yeah. Well, it might be Gumtree or something.
No, it was on Reverb.
Okay.
And he said, "Yeah, meet me by the train station." And I was like, "Okay, when's good for you?"
This isn't shady at all.
Yeah, he was like, "I can do 3 a.m." I was like, 7, like 7 p.m. So 3 a.m. He was like, "Yeah, and if you don't come, you won't get it." I was like, "Okay."
I didn't know that bit. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was really weird.
And you still decide to go meet this guy in the middle of the night by the train.
It turned out
it was destiny.
It turned out that he was part of a kind of sort of a publishing studio for music in Brighton.
Right.
So they were like doing a mix of recording bands and signing bands, and he'd been fired that day, and he was selling all the stuff that he had in his boot from it.
Could have been a fucking serial killer, man. A fucking murderer.
And he'd been fired that day. The whole company had shut down, and I think that's why he was so pissed off in the messaging, because like when I got there, he was just like scowling.
Now I feel bad. He probably didn't want to sell the guitar. It was probably like his favorite best guitar. I shouldn't laugh, but
it was a weird encounter for what was ostensibly just buying a second-hand guitar.
Yeah.
So
oh
no, what you got?
Yeah, I was just going to say, so going back to like the recording process, the album, and Brett mixing it and stuff. So yeah, Brett like really did a fucking blinding job, because it was all recorded on my first 7-string, that Ibanez that we were just talking about, with the shit pickups, and
I had to buy an EQ plugin that had 64 sort of bands and a Q range of like up to 20, just so I could like
notch out all the
notch out these really specific awful frequencies. Like there was like 10 of them, and it finally got somewhere acceptable.
Yeah, so you really fucking knocked it out of the park, really, didn't you?
I think it sounds great.
Really was up against it.
Yeah, as usual, I still listen to it and think, oh, I could do this better next time. Oh, I want that to be louder. I want the bass guitar to be more present. Like, there's all sorts of things that I would do better. But
how long did you spend like actually mixing and mastering it?
I think about I mixed it the first time round, and that took about like 6 months, didn't it? Like on and off.
Yeah.
And then I bought a bunch more equipment, and then spent another like year on it.
Jesus Christ, man!
Playing around.
I know. Whenever I mix and master and stuff, it's such a soul crushing experience. Like, you'll get it to sound really good on your speakers in your studio, then you'll take it out to your car, listen to it, and then want to kill yourself because it sounds so fucking bad. So you've had the same experience too, then.
Definitely.
Yeah. The worst is
it's the car test.
Yeah, the car test. Car test.
When I play it in the car, I'm like, it sounds terrible.
For me, it's always fucking. For me, it's always Converge that ruin my mixes. I'll be listening to like one of my mixes, but this sounds fucking great. Like, I'm really into this. I've done a really good job here. Like, right, I'm gonna go make some food or like get in the shower, put in some Converge. But like, my mixes sound terrible. Converge sound insanely good. Like,
I'll do like a Genty mix for us, and then I'll listen to Zilf Stalin, and he's like,
oh man, yeah,
and I'm like, fuck, that's so good.
Is there a plugin or a piece of gear or something that really helped you with the mixing and mastering portion?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I would say Joey Sturgis clip. Just when you want a bit more oomph out of something, but you don't want it to be really coloured, but you still want some warmth. Just a tiny bit of that JST clip. And
I hear so many good things about the Joey Sturgis audio stuff.
Man, they're fucking brilliant.
Yeah,
I reckon
most of them are really good. I think Bassforge, Hellraiser, it doesn't quite do what I want. It doesn't quite sound like the chunky bass guitar that I sort of imagined it would sound like. For that, I use Bias Amp too, because for some reason, at least my bass guitar sounds amazing through that.
I always hear good things about the Bias stuff too.
Gain reduction is another JST one, Joey Sturgis tones. The gain reduction
I love
is one
that.
that we've used a lot.
I use it a lot on vocals. It just like punches them right through the roof.
Yeah.
Another thing I use on nearly everything is SSL Waves. What's the name of it? It's SSL Waves EQ plugin. I can't remember the exact name, but I use it on everything. It's got such a nice warm tone to it, even if you pump the highs. It can get quite precise. Yeah, it just makes everything sound really nice. If you record real amps, as I've been doing recently, I tend to put Waves SSL EQ on it and just use it to suck out the mids a bit and give the guitar a bit of flavor and take out.
We like some flavor, man. It does sound really good. It sounds amazing. Let's move on to your cover art. And you were saying that you do it?
Yes.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I'm going to be putting it up on screen so people should be able to see it right now. So what made you guys want to have this be your cover art?
I was like, Joe, I want to do something really simple. I want it to be like my favorite colors, and it's going to be like a row of teeth, and it's just going to look really dramatic and cool. And that was it. And Joe was like, but I want a giant city where there's like 1,000 people, loads of buildings. I want like UFOs crashing into buildings. I want like people being abducted. I want fire everywhere. I want people wearing masks. And I was like, all right, okay.
It's just a way bigger project.
Yeah. So instead of like 2 days of drawing something, I think I spent about 3 weeks like, God, I hate drawing so much.
Yeah, you actually did it. You actually did it a lot faster than that.
Did I?
Yeah, you fucking smashed it out the park with that one, mate. Like
Okay,
it was
that's good.
like it may have felt like 3 weeks to you. I think that's probably what happened. But it was like I think it was like just over a week. Because I remember you had like 4 or 5 solid days on it, and I remember you had like a little rest and a little break. I remember because we talked a lot more then, and then and then you went back straight into it. It's just like another like 2 days of just fucking like just
like
pure like 9 to 5 rinsing it. And fuck, like the end result, like I was ecstatic. I was like it looked exactly how like it looks even better than I imagined it was going to be when we were like talking about how it was going to look and stuff.
Right? Do you guys ever play like I Spy with your album cover?
Sorry?
Do you guys ever play I Spy with your album cover? Because you got some
that's a good
interesting
thing.
stuff. You do have a
kinda wanted
tarantula,
it to be
which
like
I
Where's
like,
Waldo?
but the tarantula should have hawk wings on it, right? Because you have the song Tarantula Hawk. Missed opportunity.
Should've-
Yeah. Yeah, that'd have been cool. Do it for the next one. Hey?
I'll-
We'll do it for the next album.
I'm gonna have to get it out. I'm gonna have to crack open Photoshop and spend another 3 weeks on it. Now you said that. Drawing the wings.
But yeah, you can play I Spy with the album. There's actually like quite a few little Easter eggs if you really look closely.
I was gonna ask, like, are there any like cool things that people don't really notice?
Let's get out.
Let's get out. Go on.
What do we got?
Hell yeah, dude!
Fuck yeah!
That is so big.
We got these printed to celebrate the album finally being done, and we got one each. Now they just hang up.
We've got Mike's Soggy Fish and Chips. As you know, in the UK, we don't have any sense of
Yeah,
culinary culture, so we all eat
fish and chips. We also eat pie, and that's
pie
it.
and fish and chips, and then we die. That's,
Yeah. But now again, if you download it on Bandcamp, it comes with the artwork like huge, all blown up. So if anyone wants to go and find some shit, there's a few like little nods to like bands that were influenced by, or like, you know, things that are related to the lyrics on the album or what some of the songs about and stuff. So yeah, you can really go nuts with that. It's really detailed. There's a lot to look at.
Right. So do you think if aliens invaded us, do you think it would go down quite like that? Or see, I think that like if they did, they would just blow us up from space, right? Just bombard us with bombs and things like that. But I assume y'all are picturing more of a infantry invasion, judging by album cover.
Well, yeah, I think pre-pandemic, I think that's what I was expecting. But now I'm expecting people to just be sat in a bar, like just drinking, like, oh, this is happening.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Right? It's like we kind of expected at this point. I was a little disappointed the aliens didn't invade us at the end of last year, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, look, an alien invasion. I did wonder what was going to happen next.
They take me with you.
Yeah.
Take me with you, yes.
For one more.
So what's the reaction of the album been like as a whole?
I mean, it's been fucking amazing. Like it's not like
For a free album, it made a lot more money than I thought it was going to.
yeah, like people are
So
crazy.
We really
generous
appreciate
people are
that. And
Crazy.
all of that goes just back onto gear.
Yeah.
Just new gear to record new stuff.
We made a pact that any money that we did make from the album we just funnel straight back into gear or merch or whatever. So we're currently sitting on that and don't know what to do with it currently, but we're going to do something. But as far as like feedback and just the response from releasing the album from people like on Facebook and social media and stuff, like it's been amazing. Like I mean, we've been so lucky to not really have anyone say anything bad about it or to say, you know, like anything other than they're just really enjoying it and they're just like really pleased to have found us and stuff. And it's not as if like we've really like blown up or like, you know, like or really like reached like a huge audience, but the audience that we have reached from releasing it, like they've all just been like such amazing people. It seems they've all just been so happy to, you know, have heard our music and just so like everyone seems to be really enjoying the fact that we're just doing our own thing. And I think that's really, there's a lot of pressure on bands to not do their own thing, because it's harder to do that because it's not trendy, or you don't, like a lot of people tend to write similar music to what they're hearing or what's trendy, because there's less of a chance of being judged or sounding weird or different or whatever.
A lot of bands that are sort of exact copycats of Architects. So Architects have their own like sound, and then there's like loads of other bands saw that it was successful.
Oh, that's the same with so many other bands too, man. Like Meshuggah and Converge and stuff. Like, and you guys just like stick out because y'all are doing something nobody else is doing. I can't think of anybody that sounds like you.
Well, that's like, that makes me so fucking happy, because that's exactly what we were like aiming to do, was just write music for ourselves. But by doing that, like, it seems to be that people want that. People want to hear that, like, way more than we anticipated. So
we got a lot of really friendly repeat listeners.
Yeah,
which is nice. Like people who just listen to it over and over and over and over again, which makes me happy.
And it's been so encouraging to just keep doing what we're doing now, like, because I mean, we were anyway, and now it's just like kind of cheered us on to kind of keep going for it, because it seems to be working for a lot of people. So yeah.
Did you guys get any really notable like good reviews? Is there any that like stick out to you?
There was like, there's quite a few actually. Now I'm thinking about it.
There was one 2-page long review of the whole album where the person was just like enamored to the album and just gave it like a 10 out of 10, and like every other sort of album was like 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, but we were like 10 out of 10. And I was like, that's really nice.
Yeah, like
I don't feel like I ever deserve a 10 out of 10 with anything. So
it's
to get
really crazy.
Such a thing is so nice.
Yeah, they really liked it. Heavy Blog is Heavy. They seem to really like it, and Christian at Mathcore Index like seemed to like really enjoy it. And I'm trying to think of like a specific review. I've got them all like saved, like print screen in like a little folder somewhere, because it really did just like, it didn't feel like real, almost like, to sound dramatic or cliche, but it just felt so bizarre, like that we were getting these like really good reviews and people were saying like, you got to listen to this, like it's really good, like, and it's nuts. It all kind of happened all at once.
I think what made me most happy is the reviews that like just they seem to get it. They seem to get the lyrics and the zaniness of it. Yeah. And I thought, no one's gonna get this batshit album. There's so much going on. It's just too much. No one's gonna care. But loads of other people were like, this is what I wanted to hear this year. This is exactly what I wanted to hear. And I was like, that's really nice. Thank you. Because I just didn't expect anyone to pay attention.
Yeah.
So you guys don't play shows and stuff. You guys haven't played shows, right?
No, we haven't played. So we've been like,
we want to.
Yeah, we've been in
the UK is in a permanent state of sort of catatonic. You're not allowed to go anywhere. Not allowed to do anything. You can't go out. You're not allowed to go more than 5 miles away from your house, basically. So no shows, no nothing.
Well, after the lockdown and stuff, though, you guys plan on doing shows?
Well, so we're still wanting to find like more members to join the band, because there's only 3 of us like currently, and that is just like, for the stuff that we want to do and the way that we want to do it, like we couldn't perform it at the quality that we want to with just the 3 of us. So like we're really open to like, we definitely need a drummer. We'd like to find a vocalist that could maybe do like lead, and then me and Brett can like jump in like and do little bits that would give him like a breather. But yeah, that's one reason why we haven't done any shows like up until before the pandemic was even a thing.
The guitar work is quite technical to a certain extent. So, but I feel like Zilf is not the sort of band where you just want to watch someone be sort of stand still and concentrate. You want to see us like jumping around.
Yeah,
but there's no way you can jump around if you're singing and playing technical riffs at the same time.
Yeah.
So I suppose that's the reason for wanting to find someone to help.
Dude, you just use one of those Britney Spears mics that she wears, you know?
that's true.
Yeah.
You're laughing, but honestly, I'm considering trying that out for whenever I do shows, man.
I'm into that.
What's your setup then? What's the like? Do you? How many of you? How many of? Is it just you?
Yeah, I'm the only one in the Sound That Ins creation. And
Oh wow, fucking hell, that's cool, man. Hats
Yeah,
off to
yeah.
you. Hats off to you. I thought it was another like 2-piece or something, or like another
nope, just me.
like. Wow, nice, good job.
It's really good stuff.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Really good.
So we got a question that we ask everybody here. How do you dress your hot dogs?
I guess I'll
That's
put like
such a good question. Like,
short.
you go first.
Yeah, I'll put like short shorts and like a builder's hat.
Dude, I've been
like
waiting for somebody to actually name clothing. I've been just waiting because I figure somebody at some point is gonna actually like talk about putting clothes on. That's awesome.
Oh, does that mean
You
I'm
guys
really
are the ones who
unoriginal
do it.
now? Does that mean I'm really unoriginal and cliche? Fuck. What's your answer?
Just plain.
Just plain.
Just plain.
Just don't dress.
You don't
Yeah,
put anything
don't
on it?
dress.
Jesus Christ.
Undressed.
Undressed.
Unaltered. I just want that pure metallic.
Not even a bun.
No,
Metallic?
but
Why would it be metallic?
it's like a wet floppy thing.
Just skin and meat. Nothing else. Skin and
that's
meat.
it. It's perfect.
Just dry skin and meat. Yeah.
What about you, Joe?
I guess.
A hot dog needs fried onions.
Yeah,
It needs-
fried onions, mustard, and ketchup. But like, it's got to be good mustard. We have a lot of shit mustard over here in the UK. I feel like I need to go to America and try.
You're
out
not going to
there.
the right places, man.
Jesus.
Dijon.
Maybe I just haven't found the right mustard yet. But yeah, I guess I think yeah, mustard, ketchup, onions, fried onions, red onions. I love red onion. Red onion is superior to white onion.
Shallots.
Agreed,
man. It's all about
100%.
Shallots when it comes to a
Shallots.
hot dog.
And then I'll cover it in gravy.
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 Wait, brown gravy or the sawmill gravy?
What's that?
Brown gravy or the white gravy?
A bit of both.
A bit of both.
What's
I like
white
it.
gravy?
Yeah.
Sawmill gravy?
Yeah, what is that?
You guys don't have that? Oh, you put it like on biscuits and stuff, man.
No, I don't know what that is.
Huh? Maybe
maybe-
that's just a
maybe-
United States thing. Yeah, just white gravy. Got some pepper in there. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Good old country stuff.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. It's if you say
Yeah.
it's got pepper in it, it sounds a bit like peppercorn sauce. Is it? Is that what you say it is?
Nah, it's thicker is not the right word. I don't know how to describe it. Actually, I've never met anybody that didn't know what I was talking about with that. That's interesting.
Oh, shit, what's it
I'm gonna
about?
have to look up white gravy.
Yeah, no, we'll just go to America and just drink some.
Yeah,
Oh,
come on
that's
over.
America.
Drink some, yes. It's the big old
Like
gallon.
gallon of it, yeah. Pint it.
So when are y'all putting out merch?
We don't know. I don't know. We have a conversation about it, and then we're like, yeah, we'll think of some ideas, and then
There is money there for it. You
yeah,
just need to
Dude,
figure
people
out-
would absolutely buy your stuff. 100%.
You reckon?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. Like, y'all should have had CDs out whenever you release the album. Like all those
If we-
people
if we
giving you money and stuff just for downloading it, dude. Imagine how many people would have bought the album. You know?
hopefully, when
I've expressed a desire to do a limited run of CDs because I just think it would be fun
Yeah.
to have it in a little pocket to have the CD printed.
I'm keen to do CDs at some point. I think now we've waited a little while because if we'd have done it, like if we'd have done merch and CDs as soon as the album is out, it might not have been as much of a success. It seems that now,
Really,
so many more
dude.
people-
That's when you have all the eyes on you.
I don't know. I guess it seemed like it didn't really feel like it was blowing up. Like when it first came out, wasn't until like a month later that we were just like it just didn't stop. It was like a constant stream, and that's when we were like,
Yeah,
wow,
that was
okay, this
really
isn't
fun.
kind of-
That was really fun. It was like a snowball of just like more and more and more, and then people were buying it for £20 and then £30 and then £50, and we were like, what
Yeah.
the fuck is going on?
yeah, and again, we just didn't anticipate that people were gonna like receive it so well with open arms. So if we had known, then we would have definitely like made some merch in preparation for releasing the album. But I mean, we'll definitely do that next time, and I think we will do in the future. We'll make some merch and we'll make like a big thing of it when we release a bit of music to maybe promote it, and then
Can,
Yeah,
can
it's
you
just done
imagine
with the cards.
pitching the album to a record label? We'd be
Yeah,
like,
that's the thing, isn't it? That's the thing.
it's like 12 or 14 songs or however many songs it is, and they're not for anyone but us because they're mad. And
yeah.
that's it. That's how you describe the album.
I think you
And
guys
we'd be
actually
like,
have way more of an
no.
appeal than you think you do. Like the choruses and stuff. Like you could actually really connect with people that are into like the new metal stuff, for example. Like y'all have a lot of cross genre stuff happening.
Yeah,
We
definitely.
just need to believe in ourselves.
Yeah,
we just need to believe.
But no, seriously,
Yeah,
like
I mean-
a green shirt with the album cover art on it, dude, that would be amazing. I would definitely buy
Oh
that.
yeah, man! Like a submer. What's it called when you
Oh, tie dye. Oh, hang on. I'm talking to tie dye. Hang on. You keep him talking.
keep them keen? Keep them keen.
But yeah,
Joe made tie-dye shirts.
I did make a bunch of these. Like,
oh shit, dude, yeah, put that up in your store. What the heck, dude? I'll buy that.
whoa.
That is awesome.
Yeah, maybe I'll make a bunch of them in the like. I was gonna do these and sell them, but I wasn't quite happy with the quality of the t-shirt. So I'm gonna find a better quality t-shirt and then do it all again. Maybe we'll sell them. Maybe that'll.
Hell yeah, man. Are you
Yeah.
like screen printing those, or how'd you do that?
No. So I tie. So yeah. So the all it was a plain white t-shirt with just the logo.
Oh, you did the
printed on
tie dye and
front.
everything.
And then I just tie dyed it myself with a bunch of dye. And
Dude, that's
yeah,
sick. Is the logo screen printed on it then, or?
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude, that is sick as shit, man. I gotta figure out how to do that. That is awesome. Like for real, I would buy that. Not even kidding, man.
I think
that's good to
I
know.
think your latest album cover would look quite good on a t-shirt.
yeah. It's a little complicated. I don't know how well it would come out, but you guys with like y'all have such a good color scheme, like the green and purple and stuff. Like, dude, that's really good. I really like it. So
Yeah, it does fit, doesn't it?
yeah, it looks nice, man. What was the last album you guys listened to?
Ooh. What were you listening to earlier that was a bit mad?
Oh,
I heard it
I was
upstairs.
listening to Converge's first album.
Oh.
What's it called? It's called When Forever Comes Crashing Down by Converge. And I got into Converge really late. And when I did get into them, I got into like the big hitters like You Fail Me, Jane Doe, and then the more recent ones. And then about a year ago, I listened to their first album and was like, what the fuck? This is insane. This is so good. Like their first, and I never hear anyone talk about Converge's first album. I'm pretty sure it's their first. It's called, Forever Comes Crashing Down. On Spotify, it's their first anyway. And I was listening to that earlier. I can't remember why. I just put it on. So that's the last album I listened to.
I was actually listening to Lun by Destiny Potato. That was the last album I was listening
That's
to.
a good album.
It's a good album.
I've never even heard of that before. Destiny Potato.
They're really good.
It's awful name. Awful name.
Coming from Zilf.
Yeah, and that's coming from Zilf.
What kind of music is that?
It was a project kind of quite a while ago now by a guitarist called David Maximichik, and it's basically a female vocalist, really groovy gent vibes, and I think it has a little bit of Zilf sort of sensibility to it because it's all about the catchy choruses. So it's really heavy, but catchy choruses, lots of soaring vocals, and the vocalist is amazing.
Yeah, and the production is fucking.
Yeah.
Woo,
Sounds
baby.
better than
It's
like
fucking
90%
good.
of the stuff that comes out today. It's really good production value.
Uh,
Just terrible name.
what would you say is your album of the year for last year?
Oh shit!
Whoa.
I don't even know what year is it? What year is it?
It's 2021.
2021, 2020.
Lots of good things came out.
Dude, a lot
year.
of things came out. I did a podcast recently with Taylor Bates and Carson Pace, and we were going over our top 10 albums of the year, and we talked about 28 different albums because that's just how much came out. You know what I mean? No crossover. You know.
I think for chill vibes, I really like the Floral LP, and I think that was also the top of someone at Mathcore Index as well. But
Yeah, it was
it's
Christian's
really
number
nice,
one, I believe.
really nice covert sort of vibes, really chill.
I really enjoyed. I'm pretty sure this came out in 2020. That album by Dragged Under.
Yes,
that was a
so
fucking
good.
Yeah, it came out like near the start of the year. I
So
think,
heavy.
and it fucking blew me away. It's like really 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 catchy. It's like it's almost like pop punk meets.
Misguided Sun, is it called, the album? Or at least that's one of the songs in it.
Oh, maybe.
So
the
good.
front cover is like the bottom of a shoe, like treading on some chewing gum, like lifting it up, and it's the earth. And
That's so
yeah, it's like it's for anyone who knows, it's Ryan Bruce's band.
Oh, that band. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a really good album. I was
Yeah.
mixing up albums there.
I haven't checked
Yeah,
that one out, but I can totally buy you guys being into pop punk because of like the chorus.
Yeah,
and
it's
stuff.
like what I really love the pop punk choruses. I love just choruses. I never listened to pop punk, but like I do love certain albums. I love like Sum 41, their second album, All Killer No Filler. Damn,
I was actually thinking of Dragged Loose,
that?
their latest album.
I don't really drag Loose are. I just check them out.
You will if you hear it again. You'll be like, oh, that band.
Wait, you thinking of Knocked Loose?
Knocked Loose. Knocked Loose.
Knocked
That's it.
Loose. There we go.
There we
We
go.
got
We
there.
got there
We
in the
got
end.
there in the end. We got there then. See, that's why we're a good team.
That is a really good album, and I think it came out last year.
So back to your YouTube, you guys did a video for Tarantula Hawk with like lighting a bunch of shit on fire. Why'd y'all decide to do that?
That was the fucking bomb to film. That was so much fun.
Pun
Terrifying.
intended. Pun intended.
Yeah, I scared Brett a little bit because I did go a little bit over the top. But I was in artiste mode. I was like, doesn't matter, fucking doesn't matter whether we get burnt alive or not. It's about the art. It's about the video. We've got to film the video. Yeah, we went out to like the middle of nowhere and found this like weird abandoned like concrete bunker thing, and everything in the video, again, like kind of like the album cover, a bunch of Easter eggs. Everything in the music video, it says at the start actually, is things like related to the song, or just things that have just like, you know, have just like held us back and stuff over the years. Some things only we get just for our satisfaction. Other things are like, you know, things that people can relate to, like train tickets, having to pay fucking shit. Like over here, we have a really terrible railway system. Like it's just, there's always like, it's expensive. They're always delayed, or, you know, when they do fucking turn up, that is. And yeah, it's just shit. And like me and Brett spent a lot of time on trains, because there was a brief period where we were living quite far away from each other, and we were constantly getting the train to one another, and we just fucking hated it. But yeah, so we took a bunch of stuff, ideas, got them into physical form, and things that we just wanted to get rid of, and we just basically decided it'd be a cool, cheap, and smart way to make a video and to have it look badass without having, you know, to spend a shitload of money, or having having a huge like chunk of the day that we're gonna have to like set aside for it, or, you know, spend loads of time editing or anything for it. So we just tried to be like smart with that one, and it ended up being like a really cool video, I think.
Well, you talk about not wanting to spend a lot of money. Tell me that was fake money that y'all burned.
Yeah, it was fake money.
Oh, thank God. The
Yeah,
song's
fake
like,
It's a crime to burn an image of the Queen.
Yeah, we wouldn't disrespect the Queen.
I saw the shirt, Bolt Guitars. So is it like that company held you back, or is like shirts in general just hold you back and you'd rather go on shirtless?
Shirts in general.
Yeah. Yeah, we should be fucking naked all the time, just like our hot dogs. So the Bolt Guitars thing, I was getting like, so many people ended up being victims of Bolt Guitars. A guy basically set up a company, didn't know a fucking thing about guitars, thought he could start his own business buying a bunch of cheap like Chinese like import guitars or whatever, and then doing them up, selling them on, and making a bunch of cash from it. But what he didn't realize, what he didn't expect, was a bunch of people were gonna like catch on to that and be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like these guitars are all shit. Like we're all guitar players. How would you expect us to not notice that? Like, and he was going to be making, he told me that he could make me a custom guitar, which is very similar to the one I have now. And I wanted like
guitar.
I wanted like an Explorer shaped. I wanted like a slime green, like the album, like the Zilf colors. I wanted like a slime green Explorer shaped 7-string. And this guy said he could do it. He was, oh yeah, I'll give it all the bells and whistles. I'll fucking do this, I'll do that, give it a massage, fucking whatever you want. I'll make it happen. And then there was just problem after problem after problem. And the guitar never ended up being a fucking guitar or getting to me. I could talk for hours about the amount of shit like that happened in between me actually figuring out that I wasn't going to get guitar. I was lucky enough to get a refund at the end of it and just be done with it and just wash my hands of it. But there's still people to this day that are owed like thousands of pounds from him because they, like they did the same as me and were ordering like 4 or 5 guitars just because they were so cheap. And they're like, right, I just want to fill my wall with like all these custom made guitars, and like this guy, Mr. Bolt, is gonna fucking do them all. And yeah, it just never happened. The whole thing went under. Like people on social media like went after him and found out like what he was doing, and
That
yeah,
sucks,
like that was
man.
it. And he had my money. He had my money from the guitar for like nearly 2 years. It ended up being like nearly 2 years. This guy was just stringing people along for. So by the end of it, all I had left was a t-shirt that he gave me, or I think me being the mug even fucking bought the t-shirt. I was so excited, and that's all I had by the end of it.
Christ.
So I was like, right, that's fucking perfect. We'll burn that because fuck him and fuck his shit guitars, and let's make a sick music video. So
We went to a guitar show in Birmingham, and he was there, and I didn't know who he was really, but whereas you had dealt with him a lot, I didn't really know what was going on. We just saw him at this guitar convention, and I was like, oh, is that the Bolt guitar guy? And I went over and played one. Holy shit, that was a bad guitar.
Yeah,
so bad.
Like the necks are like oars or whatever. You can't even get your fingers around
like
and stuff.
the frets weren't polished properly, and they just all cut your hands up as soon as you picked it up.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Glue everywhere.
Glue everywhere. That's crazy, man.
Yeah, tool markings all over the fucking thing.
And right next to him was this Italian luthier with like the best guitars I've ever played. Right next to him, no one was at Bolt Guitars.
God,
he was just
Just
sat
to
there
really like magnify how bad the guitars are.
Oh yeah, but
Let's see your custom one. Let's see your custom one if you got it over there on hand.
Oh, sorry.
You got your custom one on hand?
No, it's not a custom. Actually, I ended up getting my money back off that Bolt guy and getting a Legator. I got a Legator guitar. Legator guitars, and I managed to find a guitar that was like so similar. I bet it's going to get. And it ended up like I was so lucky to find it, and they only made a few of them. And then when I went to buy one, I noticed that like on the same day they were fucking.
Damn.
On the same day, they just put a load of them up for sale because they were getting rid of them, like for clearance or so. Yeah, cheers.
Jeez, they were putting that on clearance. Holy crap, that's a nice guitar.
Yeah, so I ended up getting that. On fucking on clearance, which was like amazing. So I got it cheap, like came from America. Ended up being really fucking nice when it turned up as well, and it's just hands down like the best, the best guitar that I could have right now. So
that's fucking dope, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's about all I got to talk about. You guys got anything else you wanted to mention?
I don't know if anyone else has any questions for me. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch on our Twitch page in like 20 minutes, playing Simpsons Hit and Run on the PS2. Yeah, going to be starting that.
That is old.
The old hits.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well,
but yeah, also check out Brett's game Perish. That's going to be fucking amazing when it comes out.
Oh yeah, you can wishlist it on Steam if you like FPS games, and it'll come up.
You have like gameplay footage available on YouTube or something?
Yeah, we keep throwing up new footage every couple of weeks as well. So you can, if you follow us on Twitter, you can. It's Item 42 is the name of the studio on Twitter. Okay. And we just post updates as we develop the game. We're sort of showing it off as we're making it, so you can sort of watch it progress. Yeah, it's fun.
There's trailers on YouTube and stuff as well.
Nice. Well, I'm just going to move out to the outro then. So if you're looking for something to break up the monotony of breakdown after breakdown, check out The Album by Zilf, which came out back in June. You guys are on Spotify, all the streaming sites, Bandcamp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, your YouTube channel, the Twitch channel. Anything else I'm missing?
Oh yeah, come join the Discord. The Discord is the happening place right now. If you use Discord and you want to keep up to date on what we're doing and stuff, like on a more personal level, then yeah, join the Discord as well. Discord is great.
Hell yeah, that's discord.com/zilftheband.
There's like an invite code on all our like social medias and stuff.
Okay, sick.
I can't remember the invite code off the top of my head or how to find it easily, but
EZ3/EQ, etc.
no, don't, because people actually look for that and they're disappointed. Yeah.
So as for me, drop my channel a follow so you always know when I go live. You can also sub to get access to exclusive emotes and get access to the interviews before they hit YouTube and the streaming websites. You can also subscribe for free by linking your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. YouTube folks, if you like the video, please drop a like, subscribe, tick the notification bell. It's a great way to support me for free. Check out my music, The Sound That Ends Creation, at thesoundthatenscreation.bandcamp.com. My next guest is Weasel Walter from Encina Thrak, Behold the Arctopus, and the Flying Lutenbachers, to name just a few. Join us this Wednesday, the 20th at 7 p.m. Central, right here at twitch.tv/thecastedinscreation for the live cast. Thanks for being here, guys. Hope you all had a great time.
Thanks for having us, man. It's been a
Great.
blast.
Thank you very much.
Hell yeah. And thank you guys for watching and listening.